The Valvoline Forest Rally Championship in association with Motorsport Ireland and Quilcha.
Here we are at the start line of the second round of the Valvoline National Forestry Rally Championship. This guy, Gary Jennings, dominated the opening round, taking 9 fastest times. Will he be able to produce some of the same results today? Well, with that lineup behind him, he certainly won't be taking that for granted.
Well, there was certainly no shortage of competition in this year's Willie Lockman Memorial Forest Rally in Carrick on Shore. The host of Top Machinery was headed by none other than WRC Academy champion and Carrick clubman Craig Breen.
First of all, Craig, belated congratulations on the achievement in the WRC Academy. It means that you get to continue living the dream, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal end to the season last year to bring it all down to the last round, and we had to give it everything. And yeah, as you said, it's entitled me to do what I love doing for another 2 years, because we already had the budget for this season. So yeah, fantastic feeling now, and we've started off on a positive note again. We had a victory in Monte Carlo and a second place in Sweden, and now we're back in Carrick and Shore to have some fun and yeah, to pay some support back to the people that supported me so well over the last year. And I know Carrick and Shore Motor Club have been quite a big role in my career from the beginning, so it's happy times to be here.
Fresh from victory in the 5 Mile Town Gravel Rally was Fermanagh's Gary Jennings in the Subaru 555.
25 kilometres of an opening stage. Really, there'll be no time for sleeping. Straight on it, flat out?
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, we done a 5 Mile Town last weekend, and we won it on the gravel as well, so it was a good experience to come here now. I know we're match fit, but it's been, I think, 9 or 10 years when I was here last, so I'm looking forward, and I'm definitely looking forward to the first stage.
Having missed round 1 due to a back injury, reigning Forest champion Owen Murphy was hoping to get some points on the board in his Hancock Shard Evo 9.
I don't know, there's a serious top 10. It's one of the best entries I've ever seen in a forestry for a long time, so I'd say top 5 will do us fine, and if we get good points on the board, all is well.
A special guest at this year's rally was Senator Mary Louise O'Donnell, who was highlighting the role of safety within the sport in a piece for the Pat Kenny radio show. Welcomed warmly by the rallying fraternity, the Senator was in safe hands with James Coleman as she prepared to navigate for the local driver in the Sherway Forklifts Escort.
Marie-Louise, I know the rally fraternity are delighted that you've taken this interest in the motorsport, and the nerves shouldn't be that great sitting along with James Coleman. I know we all have confidence in him as a driver.
Well, I have total confidence in him, and I've been nurturing him since I met him. Oh no, he's wonderful, and because speed is one thing, but he is big into safety as well, and he was making the distinction between people who joyride and the safety of this sport, because they have to obey so many safety regulations and rules, and I think that is really where it's at, and that people can have good fun but in a safe environment and know what it is to be safe on the road.
Well, we hope that you experience the fun and safety today, Anne-Marie.
Don't forget to come back and see if I'm still here.
We will, of course, enjoy it.
And thanks a million. Go to Margaret.
With Senator O'Donnell highlighting the safety of the sport, it's worth noting that among the many associated sponsors of the championship are CCS Race and Rally, who provide hands devices for hire, which are so important for head and neck support inside the car. And with the sweeper cars gone by, Craig Breen was next up in his Ford Fiesta. The WRC Academy champion and current WRC S2000 leader was unsurprisingly quickest through the opening loop to hold over 1.5 minutes of a lead after stage 3. Defending Forest champion Owen Murphy attacked the 25-kilometre opening stage in his usual aggressive style, as can be seen from the in-car camera.
Flat 6 right and continues and tightens for 80. Tightens and flat 6 left. 60. Keep left at the flat crest at the 5 right, 6 left. 130. Flat 6 right long tightens at the 5 right.
Sadly, his good early work was undone when he got a puncture midway through, costing the Corkman about a minute. He held 4th after stage 3.
40. 4 right, don't cut, tightens. Don't cut, watch it. 40. Square left, long, watch it. It's a hairpin, could be open hairpin.
Like a punch right square.
Sporting a dashing new colour scheme was the Subaru of Gary Jennings. Having won the opening round in Donegal, Gary was playing second fiddle to Craig Breen's more advanced machine in Carrick. He trailed the Fiesta by 48 seconds after the opening loop. Strabane Colin Britton took third overall on round 1 and was well on his way to a repeat performance in Carrick as he held third after stage 3. 2010 Forest champion Pat O'Connell slipped from third to 6th when drive shaft problems beset his Mitsubishi on stage 3.
Pat, there were difficulties for you on the opening loop, but luckily it didn't come until stage 3.
Yeah, it was stage here just before service, so we'll limb through and we're back here on service now, so boys will fix the car and we'll continue on for the rest of the day.
Ian Cochran and Ray Fitzpatrick took 5th in Donegal and were on course to improve on that with 4th quickest time through stage 1.
44 right over crest. And 5 right into slippy, 5 left. 5 right, slippy, 5 left into slippy, 4 right over dip. 170 over mud. Crest 4 left, slippy after the 170.
Sadly, mechanical issues forced retirement on stage 2. A couple of overshoots and then this incident on stage 1 left Monaghan's Vincent Macquarie feeling lucky to be holding 5th place at the service vault.
Vincent, were you charging perhaps too hard on stage 1?
We were, but what happened was we slid on at a junction twice and then we hit a rock face, so we're lucky to be back here, but we're going to go out in the next loop and have a bit of a blast. So.
Not so lucky was runner-up from round 1, Stephen Wright. The fellow Monaghan native lost 2 minutes with an off on stage 1.
Well, Stephen, literally, you've ran into difficulties on the first stage.
Yeah, we slid into a bank on the right-hand side there and damaged one of the pipes going to the intercooler a wee bit, but it was more the time we lost during that. We lost over 2 minutes and really any momentum that I had hoped to carry through from Donegal. So, yeah, just a bad start and bad 3 stages, but we'll try and get it fixed now and try and not lose the day completely. We can go out and still try and get the miles and make the most of it.
With the opening loop proving very attritional, there was worse luck for Enda McNulty, who retired on stage 2. It was bad luck also for Ger Lucy, who took out one of our exactsigns.ie boards before crashing out on stage 3. It proved a troublesome debut in the Irish Forest for Desi Henry's new Citroën DS3. Runner-up in the BRC Sunseeker Rally, the young Antwerman lost a mammoth 15 minutes with spark plug problems on the opening stage. Having better luck was older brother Niall Henry, who held a top 10 position at the break in his Group N Subaru Impreza.
We're happy to be still going at this stage. There's a lot of the main contenders dropping out and having problems, but we're all in the same boat and trying to get to the finish at this stage. The things out there just turning that slippy. It's like you see the ice in places, just the muck's coming further up and it's getting dangerous, you know, but we're going to keep trucking to the end, hopefully.
It was a bad opening stage for Tyrone's Adrian Hetherington, who was out in a different escort to the one he used in Donegal.
Another competitor to have suffered a puncture on the opening stage, not what you wanted, Adrian.
Yeah, we got one about 10 mile from the end of the first stage, and we drove the full 10 mile on it, so we dropped something like 29 or 30 seconds to Seamus O'Connell and 20 seconds to Shane McGear, so I don't know what we dropped to anybody else, but that's the harm it done us.
There was no need to worry about Shane McGear's times as the fellow Tyrone man was forced to retire his starlet on stage 3. One of the sensations of the opening loop was Kilkenny's Shay Power, who led the 2-wheel drive class and held 7th overall in his Mark II Escort. 15 seconds in arrears was Derryman Seamus O'Connell.
Seamus, thankfully you managed to escape the difficulties in that opening loop.
Yeah, I managed to escape just about. Like I had a couple of 3 big moments, you know. I think there was somebody above praying for it or something, but we escaped it and got through it, you know. But I'm not really looking forward to it again, but it has to be done.
Making a return to rallying after some time away from the sport was Mickey McGillen, also in a Mark II.
Well, Mickey, can you give us a reaction from that opening loop?
Yeah, well, it's you need to be hot in your heels to make time up on there.
But you came out of it without problems?
No problems. No problems at all. Just a bit rusty behind the wheel.
Having missed the opening round in Donegal, Cork's Paul Fitzgerald was currently second in the two-wheel drive battle.
Caution, tight 5 left into 6 right. Precaution, tight 5 left into 6 right. 80. 6 here now, 80. Double caution, square left, don't cut, deceptive. Square left, don't cut, deceptive. And 4 right plus. 4 right plus into 6 left long. Into 5 right plus long.
James Coleman made sure guest navigator Mary-Louise O'Donnell got through stage 1, safe and sound. And as Senator O'Donnell left to make her report for the Pat Kenny radio show the next morning, James told us how she got on.
She enjoyed it. She was shocked and stunned with it, I think. She's learned a lot about motorsport in Ireland. I think she realises the amount of safety measures we've put in place and the connection with the RSA and road safety, which is very, very important from our point of view, just to separate us from the speed on the roads, that we have controlled discipline and controlled speed in a controlled area and environment. And she got a really good handle on that, which is very important. And she loved it, but she can understand why men loves it more, she says.
And you can listen to Senator O'Donnell's radio report online at carrickonshuremotorclub.com. Meanwhile, there was trouble for Waterford's Ger Connors, who had discovered a misfire in his Subaru Impreza.
Ger, I know you're under pressure, but unfortunately detected a misfire on stage 1.
Yeah, we're after losing the plug, so the plug coil was after coming off, but you can't access them when we're on the stage, and we didn't see it until we got in here. So,
are you going to have enough time in service here?
Hopefully, yeah, and get going again.
Cork's Mark Murphy was forced to retire with mechanical trouble on stage 3. There are no problems for fellow Corkman Ian Chadwick, who held a top 10 position at the break. Another Corkonian going well was Ray Benskin Jr., known as Bob to his navigator, Nicky Hegarty, who had a few choice words for his driver at the end of a hair-raising second stage.
To a 2 left over crest, 200. 2 left over crest at the bottom here, 200. 2 left over crest, 200. 200. Fast 3 right, repeat, fast 3 right. Fast 3 right. 60. Fast 3 right. 60, crest 1 left. Crest and 1 left, 130 hairpin left. Crest 1 left, 130 hairpin left. Hairpin left, no. There, here, hairpin. And 1 right. And 1 right. Beautiful, 1 right, 84 right, care in. 84 right, care in slippy. 4. Set. Bob. Jesus. That's finished anyway. Hell, Bob.
In the junior class, Dean Raftery held the upper hand after 3 stages. The Galwegian was 7 seconds ahead of Dubliner Ian Downey, who was hoping to repeat his class-winning performance from round 1. Pascal O'Shea and Robbie Hennessy held the Class 2 lead in the Mark II Escort. In Class 3, a broken exhaust on stage 1 led to early retirement for Galway crew John Burns and Sarah Whelan. The Valvoline Ford Puma of Andrew Fanning and Derek Gibbs held 3rd in Class 3 for the moment. Matt Chinners and Catherine Levis were over 40 seconds ahead in 2nd place. But pace-setter in Class 3 was Donegal's Adrian McElhenney, with Cork's Shane Buckley navigating in the Peugeot 206.
How did you find the extended length of the opening stage?
Oh, it's good, you know. It kind of took you a while to get into it. Once you got into it, it was good. It should be fun in the dark now, the next run through.
Also looking forward to the night stages was overall rally leader Craig Breen.
Conditions are quite tricky, very, very slippy in places, and it was quite deceptive. Okay, we have no recce for this event, so just judging from the organisers' DVD, it was, you know, a little bit different to what I've seen there. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. We've got quite a comfortable, safe lead now, and I'm enjoying the stages and looking forward to the prospect of going back out in darkness now and giving it another go.
Well, the weather is slightly confusing at the moment. Is it going to rain? Is it not going to rain? But one thing is for sure, darkness is descending, and if the competitors find the first loop difficult, well, the second one is going to be twice as tough. See you after the break.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Willie Lockman Forest Rally. As darkness descended around Carrick and Shore, it was very much a case of lights, camera, action, with a repeat loop of stages. Having given Senator Mary Louise O'Donnell a spin in the morning, event co-sponsor James Coleman now has Kay Shanahan back in the hot seat as they performed sweeper duties in the Sherway Forklifts escort.
Start 5 right, and 200 up the middle past junction. 1 right, only 40 and turn 5 right in. 1 right, only 40 and turn 5 right in. 130 up the middle.
Craig Green was quickest again over the 25k Gurchin Forest stage, and the reigning WRC Academy champion looked unassailable in the Fiesta S2000. Owen Murphy of Orr & Orr Tyres Ballincollig pushed his Hankook Performance tyres to the limit to hold 4th after stage 4.
Flat 6 right over bump scene, 550. Chicane.
Whoa!
Chicane.
Jesus Christ!
With a more dated lighting system in his Subaru, Gary Jennings lost some time in the dark, but still held 2nd place after stage 5. Second fastest on stage 4, Colin Britton was on a charge to make up for a 2-minute time penalty incurred, fixing a clutch in service.
1 right over the crest jump, go. 1 right over the crest jump. Yep. 1 right over the crest jump. 1 right over crest jump, 100. Caution, right over crest jump into 3 left, into sudden 3 left. Right over crest jump into sudden 3 left, 60. 3 left again, 40. 3 left, 40. 1 right and turn 6 right. 1 ahead, 1 right and turn 6 right fast. 6 right fast, in the dip, 40. Right into 3 left, right into 3 left, 80.
Tipperary crew Pat O'Connell and Mark Wiley were forced to retire when they lost the sump guard on their Mitsubishi on stage 4. 3rd on stage 4 and 2nd on stage 5, Vincent Mackery climbed to 3rd overall despite oil pressure worries in the Evo 9. Stephen Wright fought his way back to the top 10 after his earlier off. Che Power and Johnny Rafter were still mixing it with the 4-wheel drive machines, whilst holding the 2-wheel drive lead in the escort. It would be a long journey back to Derry for the O'Connell clan, with Seamus O'Connell retiring his escort after stage 4, while son Tommy was forced to retire his escort from the historic class. Stage 4 proved the undoing for many drivers, with Paul Fitzgerald and Adrian Hetherington both succumbing to mechanical difficulties in their Mark II escorts. In Class 1, Emmett Cronin and Richie Long had already bowed out of the event on stage 3, leaving the way open for remaining Class 1 crew Joe Shinners and Derry Healy. Sadly, they were forced to retire on the very last stage. In Class 2, Pierce Donaghy and Damien Lawler survived a few scrapes to claim the runner-up spot in their Opel Corsa. Pascal O'Shea and Robbie Hennessy took the Class 2 win and finished 15th overall in their escort. Tipperary's Andrew Fanning and Derek Gibbs took 3rd in Class 3 in the Valvoline Ford Puma. Matt Shinners and Catherine Levis finished 2nd in Class 3 and 13th overall. 9th overall and clear winners in Class 3 were Adrian McElhenney and Shane Buckley, who now top the 2-wheel drive points table. It was a white-knuckle ride through the last stages for Class 4 winner Ray Benskin Jr., who put his co-driver Nicky Hegarty through the mill en route to 14th overall.
Long flight right here where Lucy's went off.
Where we're going?
Come on, Bob. Come on, tidy it up. 3 left, 1 right. 3 left, 1 right. 60. Here, 2 right over crest. Only 45 right. Bob, 2 right over crest. 45 right. Listen, Bob. I don't believe it. Listen to me now, Bob, and back off. Right? Back off now, Bob.
Had it not been for spark plug issues in the Citroën DS3, Desi Henry and Niall Burns would have finished much better than 5th in Class 5. After a non-finish in Donegal, Fermanagh's Damien and Thomas McGurran were glad to take 4th in Class 5 in Carrick. Ed Colton and Claire O'Mahony took 3rd in Class 5 and 16th overall. 11th overall and runners-up in Class 5 were Mickey McGillen and Aaron Johnston in the Mark II. But clear winners in Class 5 were Kilkenny's Shay Power and Johnny Rafter, who finished 5th overall in their escort. Dean Raftery and Mark Kirwan had led the junior class, but mechanical problems on stage 4 meant they had to settle for the runner-up spot, behind winners Ian Downey and Sean Bruton, who finished 10th overall in their Opel Corsa. Plagued with a misfire in the Subaru, Ger Connors and Owen O'Neill had to settle for 4th in Class 6 and 12th overall. Co-crew Ian Chadwick and Stephen Quinn took 3rd in Class 6 and 8th overall. And considering their earlier off, Monaghan's Stephen and Suzanne Wright did well to take 2nd in Class 6 and 7th overall. 6th overall and 4th in Class 8 went to Antrim's Niall Henry and John Roan. Despite the 2-minute time penalty, Colin Britton managed to take 3rd in Class 8 and 4th overall. Having rallied back to 4th place after his earlier puncture, it was a bitter last stage retirement for Owen Murphy when the wheel nuts sheared on his Evo 9. Monaghan's Vincent and JP Macquarie took 2nd in Class 8 and 3rd overall. And almost a minute quicker over the 6 stages were Gary Jennings and Barry McNulty, who finished top of Class 6 and 2nd overall. But over 3 minutes ahead were rally winners Craig Green and Gareth Roberts in the Fiesta S2000. The WRC Academy champions went quickest on every stage to take victory on Craig's home soil. The win was especially sweet for the Waterford native Craig, who won this event navigating for his dad Ray in 2008 and could now add his name to the trophy as winning driver.
Having won the event with Dad in 2008 as a co-driver, it's fantastic to get back here now and to win it as a driver. And yeah, it's really good fun today, especially in the night stages. I just really enjoyed myself, and it's so relaxing to come back to home people and drive on home stages that I'm familiar with. And I really enjoyed my day, and nice to get my name on the trophy finally. So yeah, very pleased.
With Craig not registered for the Balvenie Championship, maximum points went to runner-up Gary Jennings.
Congratulations, Gary. Top achievement for you, taking maximum points on round 2.
Yeah, it's been a very difficult day, so we were never going to beat Craig Bean today. So yeah, it's great to come home 2nd overall and to get maximum points in the championship. It's fantastic.
So there's confirmation of the results at the Willie Lockman Forest Rally. After 2 rounds, the championship points table sees Gary Jennings extend his lead at the top.
As expected, we got that rainfall and the darkness descended, but Gary Jennings managed to do it. He took maximum points for the 2nd round of the championship. The next round, of course, will be in Lismore. We'll be there to get all the best of the action. But for now, from myself and the crew here at the Carrick Hotel, see you soon.
Valvoline Forest Rally Championship in association with Motorsport Ireland and Quilcha.